Sveiki. That's Latvian. Hallo. That's German. Ja. Tere. That's Estonian. Bonjour. That's French. Hello. That's Hungarian. Labas. Lithuanian. Merhaba. Turkish. Hello everybody. Welcome to another SMR video. Today we are going to speak about Alaska because there was Alaskan summit like a few days ago, and I have some boring facts about Alaska, boring geography and history and like that stuff. But you're going to learn something. But most importantly, you should fall asleep. So put your earphones in, lay down, and enjoy. We are going to start with geography. Okay, so Alaska is the largest state in the United States, covering more than twice the area of Texas. Even though it's so huge, it has one of the smallest populations. This makes it feel both massive and empty at the same time. The state has more coastline than all the other US states combined. Isn't that crazy? From the Pacific Ocean to the Arctic Ocean, its shores stretch for over 30,000 miles. Denali, formerly called Mount McKinley, but I think Trump wants to make it again Mount McKinley, rises to over 20,000 feet, making it the tallest mountain in North America. It is surrounded by Denali National Park, a vast wilderness with almost no roads. So like Eastern Europe. Alaska holds more than 3 million lakes, many of which don't even have names. We can maybe get Red Sapphire Kingdom lake, that would be nice. Some are so remote that hardly anyone has ever visited them. Colonization attempts. Let's jump the border to Alaska. 17 of the 20 highest mountains in the United States are found in Alaska. This makes the state a true land of peaks and glaciers, climate and nature. In the far north, the summer sun doesn't set for more than 80 days, of course. This creates long stretches of endless daylight where night simply doesn't exist. The opposite happens in winter, where when the sun doesn't rise for around 65 days. In the town of Utqiagvik, once known as Barrow, residents live in a long, cold twilight. Alaska has around 100,000 glaciers, which is about 5% of all the glaciers in the world. These massive, did somebody say massive, rivers of ice shape valleys and mountains as they slowly move. Much of Alaska's land is built on permafrost, soil that remains frozen all year. Buildings and roads must be designed carefully so they don't collapse as the ground shifts. The state insect is the 4th spot skimmer dragonfly. It was chosen in 1995 by vote among Alaskan school children. They let school children pick the state insect. Are they crazy? Wildlife. Something wild. some parts of Alaska, bears outnumber people. Encounters with grizzly, black, and polar bears. Are. I saw some in Vienna. Those are scary, and they just kill you. They just don't care. Are simply part of life in the state. Caribou herds can number up to 400,000 animals. They migrate across enormous distances, a sight that is almost prehistoric in scale. Bald eagles, I'm going to be bald eagle in like 5 years, are not rare in Alaska. In fact, entire groups of them can be seen perched together in trees along coastlines. The moose, we have one moose in Czechia. He's like roaming around. He's called Emil, and every day like there are the news, because there is nothing to do in summer. They just follow Emil. The moose is Alaska's official land mammal. These animals are huge, standing taller than many cars, and are a common sight along highways. The coastal waters are home to beluga, whales, and walruses. These creatures thrive in the cold seas that surround the state. History. Okay, now let's go to the beef of the matter, how they call it, I don't know. Russia sold Alaska to the United States, in 1867, yeah, for $7.2 million. At the time, some Americans mocked it as Seward's folly, believing it was useless frozen land. And they used that, the Russians used that money to fund Crimean War, the losses from the Crimean War. Alaska became the 49th state of the United States in 1959. It was in 1959. Hawaii followed soon after, making the modern 50. In 1925, a deadly diphtheria outbreak threatened the town of Nome. Dog sled teams carried medicine across hundreds of miles, inspiring today's Iditarod race. During the World War II, Alaska's location near Asia made it strategically important. Japanese forces even occupied parts of the Aleutian Islands for a time. The discovery of oil at Braddock Bay in 1968 transformed the state's economy. It led to the construction of Trans-Alaska Pipeline, stretching over 800 miles. People and culture. Alaska is home to more than 20 indigenous languages. Many communities still keep their traditions alive through language, art, and storytelling. Dozens of towns and villages in Alaska are not connected by roads. For many residents, small planes or boats are the only way to travel. Anchorage holds nearly 40% of Alaska's population. Yet even this largest city feels small compared to major US cities, of course. Every year, most Alaskan residents receive an annual payment called the Permanent Fund Dividend. It comes from oil revenues, and the amount changes from year to year. That's a lot of countries, like regions, have it like that. Native Alaskan art, such as totem poles and carvings, is recognized around the world. These works often carry deep cultural and spiritual meaning. And other facts. Anchorage is home to the world's largest seaplane base. Dozens of planes can be seen taking off and landing on the water every day. The state's motto is North to the Future. It was adopted in 1967 to highlight Alaska's role as a land of opportunity and promise. Alaska contains both the westernmost and easternmost points of the United States. Yes, of course. The Aleutian Islands cross the international date line, making this possible. Fun fact, it's like these maps, like why did they go all this way? You know, when they can. The small town of Talkeetna once claimed a cat as its honorary mayor. Stubbs the cat became a tourist attraction for nearly 20 years. Alaska has no direct road connection to the rest of the United States. The only option is to drive through Canada along the Alaska Highway. And everybody knows that Canada is not real. So, hopefully you liked the video. If you did, leave a like. Well, I will show you. You can check my link.bio/RedZafir. You will find Discord and stuff like that. You can chat with people with same mental illnesses as you. You can become a member, which helps a lot to make this so I can record more. Basically, if the more members I have, the more I can record. And one day we will make that studio and I can record like 2 videos per day because I love recording. Okay, and next one, comment down below something that you think I should have mentioned about Alaska, something you know. Maybe you are from Alaska, which would be nice to have some insight. And maybe once I go over all US states in these like boring facts, we can do like proper educational videos. That would be my dream one day. Anyway, if you liked what you saw, subscribe, like, and ring the bell so you get all the notifications. And I will see you in the next one. Good night.